gets back out of her car and creeps open the side door, and I'm laying in there dead. She said I was completely blue, my heart wasn't beating. My name is Charles Vinson. I was born in Portsmouth, raised in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. I moved down here 2019. In my teens, I would say living for the world. Didn't have good role models growing up. I am from the ghetto for sure. Selling drugs, doing drugs, robbing people, being with a different girl every week, every other day. I lived just around all the wrong people growing up, and I was introduced that as a young age. All my family members and cousins and friends that I hang around with was like that. Church was not a part of my life growing up. I think I remember attending one or two services growing up from my grandma, and it was never nothing that I liked. I was forced to go them 2 times. My opinion to church people was just something that I didn't want to be, something I didn't want to be a part of how they act, of how they live for God. They would look at you differently because I was a street kid. I would say everything started going wrong for me right after my mom passed away, when I found her. And I ran up to her, I tried to give her CPR. She had a needle in her arm, needles beside of her filled with dope. And I kept trying to give her CPR, blowing in her mouth. I was looking for Narcan, couldn't find any of that. Called the ambulance, they came, and the doctors revealed to me later on that she was dead that night. So it's crazy, like right after I talked to her, that's probably when she OD'd. When I found her, everything just started to not go right for me. I didn't care about anything. I started not caring about my kids, not caring about the girl I was with for 9 years. I really didn't start using drugs until she died. Crack, cocaine, heroin, Fetty, Xanax, Percocets, Vicodins, the list just goes on and on. Banged on the front door, nobody answered, as I'm in here dead right now while she's banging on the front door. She jumps back in her car, starts her car up, she looks at the side of the house and the door is cracked. I never left the door open, nothing, had to be God. The door is cracked, she gets back out of her car and creeps open the side door, and I'm laying in there dead. She said I was completely blue, my heart wasn't beating. She Narcaned me and my heart came back, but I still didn't wake up. That's still a bad sign. I'm little at the time. She's a little woman too. She dragged me to the shower, throw the water on me on the shower, and I wake up. I came to know Christ at Gallipolis, my first day in rehab. I called them and they told me it would be a week waiting list. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna call some other places. So I called Gallipolis and talked to them. They said they go to church. You don't have to go if you don't want to. And at the time, I'm thinking I really don't care about any of that. I just need help. I know my will, everything I do has turned out wrong for me, and yeah. It was the Act Like Men on the River that Jamie Haggerty and Pastor John was doing for men. And that's when I first met Pastor Jonathan Mullahan, Jamie Haggerty. And as soon as I got there, before I even walked into the recovery place, the men there was going to the Act Like Men on the River. I put my clothes in the rehab place, jumped right into the van, went right to the Act Like Men. Following Christ today has changed my life completely. I disciple men. I don't live in fear anymore. I am a part of Vertical Church. I'm one of the leaders there. I have almost 2 years clean of sobriety because of the Lord. I live in a freedom house today. It's not a recovery house. I'm the first member of the Freedom House, and I'm just so blessed that God has put the men that He has around me of accountability, and the power of prayer is just remarkable to me. Them men has discipled me, and they lean into me way more than anybody, than my own blood brother, my own blood, and them men mean a lot to me. I would say to the man that's watching this video that is lost today, it doesn't matter if you're from the hood, if you're from the suburbs, anywhere, God can save you, and I'm a living proof of that. I'm so blessed from where I'm at, and all praise to the high.